All right, good morning. This is Mr. Elmhorst with the math lesson. We're going to look at finding and using the unit rate. So the thing that we want to focus on is reading through the context, the problem situation. Go ahead and put a box around those words, please. So we're going to focus on reading the context information. And then when we get to the solving, we're going to divide to find the rate. But if the unit rate, we're going to divide to find the unit. And then we're going to multiply by the unit rate to find an equivalent rate. So we got the first situation. Mike paid $78 for what? 3 pizzas. So the context, we have money being paid for pizza. So let's go ahead and fill in the context information. Now we're going to set up the given rate. How many dollars for 3 pizzas? $78 for 3 pizzas. And the unit rate is asking for how many dollars for one pizza. So we're going to set it up over here, 78 divided by 3. All right, take us a couple of seconds. Go ahead and divide that out. Okay. Looking at the first digit, so I'm going to change how I show and teach this just a little bit. So as I'm dividing, I'm going to start with the 7 and ask questions. How many 3's go into 7? 2 times 3 is 6. And we subtract. Now we go to the next digit, bring it down. How many 3's go into 18? So we go over here to find the unit rate. Now we can fill it in. Well, let's just leave it there. So the unknown unit rate, X equals $26. So back to the question, how much did you pay per pizza? $26 per pizza. All right, look in the next example. Can I have a student read it for the class? All right, now looking at the context, what 2 things are we talking about? Gallons and hours. So we're going to take that given information and we're going to fill it in. Here's the context. We have gallons and we have hours. Now we fill it in. How many gallons are we starting with? 390. And then how many hours? So how many gallons per hour? So per hour means we're going to put a 1 down here. And then how many is our X, the unknown? So 1 times 390 divided by 10. Cross products is going to show us that we do need to divide. So we have 390 divided by 10. Let's take about 30 seconds. Go ahead and divide that out. So looking at the first digit, how many multiples of 10 go into 3? None. So we go to the next digit. How many multiples of 10 go into 39? 3 times 10 is 30. We subtract, bring the 9. Now we bring a 0 over, or bring it down. And then how many 10s go into 90? So we're done dividing. So how many gallons per hour did he use? Every hour he was filling the pool, how many gallons went into it? So just going over here, it was 90 gallons per hour. Looking at the context within the problem, what 2 things are being compared? All right, miles and hours. So we're going to fill in our ratio over here, the ratio comparison, miles to hours. And then we fill in our given ratio. How many miles did we start with? And how many hours? 2. So now the question here, how far can the scooter travel in 5 hours? So we go over here. This is not a unit rate, but let's find the unit rate. And then we can use the unit rate to help us get to 5 hours. How do you go from 80 down to 2? Or how do you go from 2 down to 1? So you can use factors. 2 divided by 2 will be 1. 80 divided by 2 will give you your answer. Or we just divide by the rate. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Then we go to the next digit. 2 goes into 0 0 times. So whether you use division or you use factors to help you solve, every hour, oh, wrong number. Every hour, how far is this person going on the scooter? 40 miles. So now when we have the given rate, we need to change the given rate, we need to change the unit rate to the hours. So we can multiply that by 5. 5 times 0, 5 times 4. How far can he travel? He can travel 200 miles in 5 hours. The first example, those are pretty straightforward. So notice within the lesson, or they're going to be getting a little bit more tricky, but we're still going to follow the same process. We're going to divide to find the unit rate, and then we're going to multiply to use the rate. So let's get into the process of first finding the context and setting up in the proportion. What two things are being compared? Cost and bags. So we're going to fill out cost in bags. Now we fill in the given information. $17.57 for 7 bags. And we're going to find the unit rate. How much is 1 bag? So we can divide $17.57 divided by 7. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. So just looking at the first digit, how many 7s go into 1? Now we're going to go to the second digit. How many 7s go into 17? 2 times 7 is 14. And we have 3 left over. Now the decimal, we don't have a decimal out here. So then we can just bring the decimal straight up into our answer. Now we bring the 5 down. How many 7s go into 35? 5 times 7 is 35. We have 0 from that place value. And then how many 7s go into 7? 1. So how much is each bag of popcorn? Go ahead. All right, so we're going to fill it out here. The unit rate is $2.51. And now it's asking about what if you just wanted to buy 3 bags? So we take the unit rate, $2.51, and we're going to multiply that by 3.